Hello all, my name is Chelsea Arnette, also known as Ibby. Hi. I completed my internship this semester with the Health Education Department at the Harnett County Health Department in Lillington, North Carolina. I had several internship objectives, but due to the coronavirus, I was not able to implement all of the programs that I intended to. I was supposed to implement 3 health education programs, and I was only able to complete 1. The other 2 were literally the next week after everything was canceled. So that was extremely disappointing, but it's fine. My internship objectives were: number 1, to plan, implement, and evaluate an outreach education program. 2, create a minimum of 2 education tools. 3, write and submit at least 4 media posts or articles. 4, develop Facebook posts on healthy lifestyle topics. And 5, review Harnett County health data. The one item I've chosen as evidence is the lesson plan from the only education program that I was able to implement before our internships were cut short. We did 4 sessions of Eat Smart, Live Strong, and this is the lesson plan for session 1. I am not quite sure where I put the rest of them. This is session 1. And I have pulled aside the pages that I have notes on. So as you can see, I highlighted, made notes, sticky notes, and the things that I highlighted were kind of the main points that I wanted to touch on. So I didn't want it to sound super robotic and literally like I was reading off a sheet of paper. So I kind of talked like I would normally and just made sure that I hit on the main points that I'd highlighted, and wrote notes to myself on things that I wanted to make sure to include and give them extra tips that I had found doing research and preparation for this program. And I had a blast doing this program at the Anderson Creek Senior Center. Eat Smart, Live Strong is a USDA SNAP Ed program for seniors, and we did it at the Anderson Creek Senior Center, and that group was just awesome. They were a great first group to lead a program with, and they were so interactive and helpful and kind and so sweet. The last session, one of the ladies had her husband go pick up Panera Bread for all of us, and practically demanded that my preceptor and I stay and eat, and we did, and it was lovely, and we got to sit and talk to them, and they were just so kind, so sweet. If I had the opportunity to go back to that senior center and teach a program, I absolutely will. As for transitioning and getting used to the office, I was super blessed with wonderful office mates. I shared a office space with 2 health educators who were full-time, and I had the front desk of their office space, and they were just so sweet, and they were so kind and helpful, and anytime I had a question, if I didn't want to walk all the way to my preceptor's office, they were right there to answer them. They knew almost everything. They were amazing. They were so sweet. One of them actually offered to bake my wedding cake for me, and she was just amazing. My preceptor and her supervisor were extremely helpful and let me tag along with any program that I asked about. If someone had say, hey, do you want to come and sit in on this session that we're doing? I asked my preceptor, yeah, sure, you don't have anything planned that day. Go ahead. No problem. She was super great, and I really, really appreciated her. The biggest thing that I had to learn, I think, was managing my time wisely. It was very different than being in school because you have a very set amount of time to do your work. You can't do it at 10 or 11 o'clock at night because you're supposed to be there from 8 to 5, and you have to complete your things between that time frame. And I didn't really have trouble with the deadlines. It was more so having things to do throughout the day. And that was kind of what I had to battle with for myself. But once I set a plan and started making lists and sticking to them, it worked out really well. If I were to give advice to a future intern at this health department, I would tell them to talk to everyone, everybody that will talk to you. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Be as nice as you possibly can. Do not be afraid to ask them questions. Every single person there was glad to answer questions, to invite me to participate or sit in on programs. Sit in on as many programs and classes and meetings as you can. You learn so much. And people love to help you because they love to help students. So sit in on as many classes as you can, talk to as many people as you can, and ask as many questions as you can. That is my number one advice for an internship because that's what you're there to do, is to learn. And you can't learn if you don't talk to anybody and you don't ask questions. So